This fortress was built on Blackwater Rush, making the river a natural part of the wall's defenses. Lord Halton should be waiting for us inside, in the Great Hall. Be brave, my lady. Our maester will ease your mind, I'm sure.
We will follow you.
At last, my guests of honor. I am Arwood Halton, Lord of Castlewood. You are most welcome here.
Lord Halton, thank you for the precious help you have given us.
Do not mention it, my lady. My men have told me of your condition. I inform my Meister of your arrival. He is ready to see you immediately.
Very well.
Let us go and see the Meister.
Mors, don't worry about me. I can manage it alone from here.
We shall go together. I would like to see this Meister too.
Good. Very well.
You will find the Meister in a room nearby. Go left as you leave here. Marianne, you shall accompany our guest. After that, you will go and ensure that our other guest has everything he needs.
Yes, Uncle.
you are the young woman whom Lord Halton told me of? Come in and make yourself at ease.
There, Moors. Thank you for accompanying me. But we really must be left alone for now.
So be it. Take care of her, Meister. Do not worry yourself. After you, my lady.
Oh, there you are. I hope you feel reassured. You care considerably for this young girl.
It's true, but I have good reasons that I'd prefer to keep to myself.
I see. I was led to believe you were in the Night's Watch.
That's right.
It is a rare sight to see a black brother so far from the wall.
The Lord Commander made me a recruiter. As such, I go where I see fit.
Yes, I heard of your appointment. I know of you, Sir Westford.
Oh, really?
Please, do not take offense. I can assure you that you have nothing to fear from me, sir. Your name is well known to me. Of all the brave knights of Robert's Rebellion who live on in memory, you are undoubtedly one of my favorites. One of two heroes of the Battle of Stag's Mount. At the time, some said that on a battlefield, you were worth 10 men.
Time often twists the truth. A stream becomes a flooded river. A cottage becomes a castle.
It's true. But tales of you are not that far from the truth, according to my men.
I don't see where you are going with this.
Well, please excuse this crude question. But how could someone of your stature end up at the wall?
During the sack of King's Landing, I received a direct order from my liege lord, asking me to murder a woman and her children. I did what I thought just, and in doing so, disobeyed him. But alas, it wasn't enough to save them.
Ah, I understand now. Allow me to tell you what I think of this tragic event. I hope you will take my curiosity as a mark of respect.
I will be the judge of that.
Very well. If I remember rightly, House Westford were bannermen to the Lannisters. Your liege lord must be none other than the ruthless Tywin Lannister. Reliable sources tell me that you were sent to the wall a little before Robert Baratheon became king, for reasons that escaped me at the time. But I think I understand now. I'll wager that Tywin entrusted you with the most disgraceful of missions that day. That of murdering Alia Martell, Prince Rhaegar Targaryen's wife and her children. Perhaps you refused through loyalty to your old king, Aerys Targaryen. Tell me.
No, I was not fond of the Mad King. But even so, I could never murder a woman and her children, whatever my oath.
I was not far from the truth. Anyway, I was right about one thing. You are a worthy man, Sir Westford. If you accept, we'll discuss this further over the dinner I have prepared in honor of your arrival. Please, find your lady friend and join us for dinner.
I'm happy you're here, Moors.
What happened?
The Maester confirmed that nothing serious will happen as long as I take some rest.
Good. This Lord Halton, he seems friendly enough, but he appears to know a lot about us. Too much for my liking. Do you think you will be able to leave this place anytime soon?
I think it better that I stay here a little while longer. You must excuse me, Moors. I know you are worried, but I'm in no condition to travel right now. Not in this state.
It's not a problem. Let's try to make the most of it and get your strength back. Well, we are expected at dinner. Do you feel you can make it?
Yes.
Very well. Let's go.
I'll follow you.
Well, young lady, how did this happen? Are you any better?
Yes, Maester Martin made me drink a brew and the pains have disappeared. I must thank you. He told me that if I should rest and avoid any unnecessary effort, then everything should be well.
Magnificent. I'm so relieved. You may stay here as long as you please and relax at your leisure.
I thank you.
Oh, do not mention it. It is a real honor to receive you at Castlewood. Please, I beg of you, come sit with me at my table. Well now, you must be famished after all these misfortunes. Please, serve yourself.
Thank you for this dinner, Lord Halton.
Jane, my dear, there is something I must tell you. A very long time ago, I had the great honor of meeting with your father.
What? You know my father?
Your magnificent silver hair does not allow you to hide your origins, my lady. It compels us to admire that you are a direct and noble descendant of Valeria.
Tell me, could anything be more esteemed than massacring, raping, and burning people? Well, that's exactly what my father did to my mother, as well as so many others.
Could we save this conversation for later?
Mors, is everything all right?
Yes. I just need to rest.
It is true that King Aerys had his demons, and it pains me to hear your tale, my lady. But, although I understand your resentment, the Targaryen dynasty reigned for 300 years. 300 years of peace and prosperity.
There were some conflicts around that time, no? If I remember rightly.
Events that were but a faint blemish in the golden age of House Targaryen. Jane, your father was unfortunately one of the last of the bloodline. Due to Robert's rebellion, it has all but disappeared. And what are we left with? A realm and people on its knees. Westeros does not deserve such a fate. The legitimate kings need to take back their throne.
And you think Jane is the heir you need?
You are aware that I am just one of Aerys's bastards, aren't you? I go by the name of Greystone, not Targaryen.
Do not worry yourself with such small matters, my dear. Your family is still revered by the people, and they would welcome back the return of the dragon with open arms. For common folk, the color of your hair is all it takes. All they really need is a symbol.
A symbol? Of a mad and massacred bloodline? A tribute to the Game of Thrones? I've been trying to lead a peaceful life for such a long time, and now you ask me to run headlong into a nest of snakes?
It is our duty to reinstate the natural order, Lady Jane, and to rid the throne of the usurper.
Robert perhaps isn't the best of kings, but at least he's not a butcher.
Take your fate into your own hands, Jane. If you join us, you'll live the life you've always dreamed of.
My child is not even born, and he is already a victim of your political games. You think that's the life I dream of?
You misunderstand. He will always be safe by our sides. We will give him the Iron Throne.
I would have nothing to do with the damned throne. I just want to forget all this and live my life in peace, far from politics of the realm.
And what of him? With or without our protection, your child will still be an heir to the throne. You realize that? His enemies will involve him in all this sooner or later. Is that what you wish for his future?
Have I not made it clear? I do not care one bit for matters of the crown, and I shall never enter into any of your schemes.
I see. So there is no way to make you see reason. Believe me, that upsets me. I had just one more question for you. Do you remember that hunt, where you met the usurper? Do you believe that was coincidence?
What are you suggesting?
The arrangement of that fell to us. The king was responding to an invitation from a friend. Not that long before, I had discovered your esteemed ancestry and realized that it was my duty to help you gain the throne. I made the necessary arrangements so you could quietly have your love affair with the usurper. It's thanks to this that your child has both the blood of the dragon and the stag.
Robert would never allow himself to be manipulated. He conquered the 7 kingdoms.
Unless he had enough to drink, that is. Which has a certain irony, when you think about it, since it is quite similar to what happened this evening with your friend.
Bastard. You will feel my blade.
Guards! Seize her!
That's good, Guts. I think he's ready now. Let me question him. Right, listen well. If you tell us what we want to know, we won't hurt you. However, if you anger me in any way, Guts will fetch his favorite tools. The last time he worked someone over, the poor lad was left a cripple and could drink through several holes. Well, for about 2 months he could. Until we killed him. And believe me, you don't want that happening to you. We'll start with an easy one. Who are you?
A brown bear in chainmail, half-wit.
You think you're funny? You'll regret that. Go ahead, Guts. Give him a beating. Good. Now let's try to talk like civilized blokes, shall we? Who's the girl you're with?
Which one? The one I fucked yesterday? That was your mother.
I'd say he hasn't yet learned his lesson. Feel free to give him your all this time. I can see he hasn't had enough.
My pleasure.
All right, have you calmed down? If you continue like that, you won't last long here. Now, I suggest you have a long, hard think before answering this next question. What is your true mission?
Someone from high up sent me to come and find you for a very particular purpose.
Well, I see we're making progress.
But it's already too late for you now.
We'll see about that. Guts, I would take my leave for a short while. In the meantime, try to get a bit more out of him using your talents.
Can I do my worst?
No, that's too much. Your fists will suffice for now.
You botched that job on my ribs. I can't feel a thing. I hope you don't shit yourself this time.
We'll see if you can keep up such merry japes once you get what's coming to ya.
That's better. I think he understands. We'll leave him to think it over until tomorrow.
The pain is too much. It's impossible for me to get into the dog's mind.
At first, I really thought they'd kill you, but you got yourself out of it well in the end. Anyway, they seem determined to make you talk. As long as you have interesting things to tell them, they should keep you alive.
I have to hold on. I have to stay alive. For Jane.
I'd say he was awake, but he doesn't look good. Do you hear me, rat fucker? For reasons I don't rightly understand, Lord Halton seems to believe the tales you told us yesterday. He's convinced himself that you were not lying. So he wants us to extract more from you. Of this particular purpose you speak of, I mean. We found John Arryn's letter among your belongings. We know he sent you. The question is, why? Did he know of our brotherhood?
If you fuck as well as you ask questions, I wouldn't be surprised if your wife whores around just for fun.
I must admit I find you most amusing. But my patience has its limits. Go on, Guts. Tear off a couple of his nails so he knows who he's dealing with.
Oi, nails! I enjoy that.
So, how was the first course? You will answer my questions, even if it means we have to tear your nails off one by one. Was John Arryn aware of our brotherhood? Yes or no?
Perhaps. What difference would it make to you if that were the case? And more importantly, how would it change things for me if I told you?
For us, nothing much. For you, on the other hand, that could spare you quite a lot of unpleasantness. We already know that John Arryn turned to others to protect the girl. We know that their leader was called the Mother Hen. Go on, stop trying to summon the will to stay defiant. What's holding you back? Are you afraid of betraying your friends? You should relax a little, you know. Both are dead. Telling us what you know will not earn you their wrath. I will ask you one last time. What did John Arryn know about our brotherhood?
He knew that you were planning something. He knew that you wanted the girl. The only thing he failed to do was catch you in the act. That's the reason they sent me. I'm the bait.
And who are they?
Did you really believe that Arryn was the only one interested in you? He may be dead, but others continue his mission.
I must go and speak with Lord Halton. Guts, take care of him. He needs to be punished for not telling us this sooner.
Am I free to do as I please?
Just make sure he has a very bad night, so he has a change of heart. But don't ruin him too much, understood? Come, we'll stop there. I'm starving. We'll continue tomorrow.
They keep trying, eh? I hope for your sake they tire of questioning you.
I have to find a way to free myself.
You've no chance of escaping on your own. But if I could get out of here first, then I could untie you. I'll have to free myself while their attention is on you. It's our only chance.
I have one last card to play. My dog.
Come, Guts. Let's go back. You know what, Crow? Lord Halton wants to question you himself. If I were you, I'd be careful what I say from now on.
Thank you, Harris. This is between him and me now. What an unfortunate situation this is, my dear Mose Westford. My men think that you are in the service of John Arryn. And according to them, you are now working on behalf of others who want to bring down our Brotherhood. Let's start at the beginning. How do you know John Arryn?
Everyone knew him, half-wit. He was the king's hand. You're not that clever, are you? I hope that you've at least got more down your breeches than those virgins who've been attending to me for the past 2 days.
Harris, Guts, show our guests the price of his disrespect.
Just remember this. You deserve every single second of what's coming to you. Guts here is quite the master at sculpting flesh. You'll see, you'll make a real work of art from you. Go on, Guts. Show us your talents.
So, my dear Westford, how are you enjoying our hospitality?
Well, your pets need some more training. But on the whole, it will do.
And still this insolence. Unfortunately, I cannot stay and play the fool with you for much longer. The sun will soon be rising, and more important matters require my attention. I will return before nightfall.
What about him? What do we do with him?
You shall have time to play with this rat later. Right now, I need you elsewhere. And when you see him again, give him death. And make sure he dies screaming. I want his head on my table by the time I return.
Tell me, that dog next door, he's not dead, is he?
Some other way! The hell and keep your teeth out, stinking animal!
Come on, Guts. You heard the orders. Get the brand burning. Let's have a little fun.
Very well.
I'll make it so this wretch's own mother don't recognize him. Pass me the brand. All right, Crow. Let's see if you could keep looking down on us with only one eye.